by now I'm sure you've seen the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Maybe you've heard the plot synopsis or even questions or theories from fellow fans, but one question on everybody's mind is, who are the elementals? Today we're going to answer that question, but flesh it out perhaps a bit more than you've seen. Before we begin though, let me thank you for watching JLS Comics and pressing play. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't already, the subscribe button as well. I upload new comic book, superhero, and movie content weekly. Alright, with that out of the way, let's jump into our elementals story. So there's a couple versions of elementals in the Marvel Universe, and we'll talk about those and kind of what the most likely version will be to appear in Spider-Man Far From Home. One group first appeared in Fantastic Four 232. They were the Elementals of Doom, led by Diablo. They're the embodiment of earth, fire, water, and air. Diablo was able to summon the elements by using a talisman of power for each. Doctor Strange was able to defeat them once while helping out Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four. Another time it was Valkyrie, Thor's friend from Asgard, that defeated them and destroyed the talismans. Are the elementals in the movie seeds for future stories once Fox and Disney are fully merged, which coincidentally will be about the time that Spider-Man Far From Home comes out. It's projected to be finalized in terms of the merger by midsummer 2019. And that might mean X-Men and Fox will come over, so maybe they're planting seeds now. Here's another crazy one that would only be appropriate in official capacity, so not to say seeds can't be sown now, as I would just mention with the other theory, but once Fox is with the MCU, and that would be the Herald of Galactus. I'm talking about Airwalker, Terex the Tamer, Firelord, and Silver Surfer. They've all served the Planet Eater himself, and each represent air, earth, fire, and water. Could Mysterio be tapping into some cosmic power to conjure them? If you look at the scene where he's fighting the water creature, his power looks a lot like Doctor Doom's Time Stone power, with runes and symbols kind of mixed in with the energy. The most in your face is that it's simply Sandman, Hydra Man, Molten Man, and Whirlwind. At 1 minute 38 seconds, a destroyed car has a rear license plate that starts with 463. And Amazing Spider-Man 4, first appearance of Sandman, came out in 1963. Later we see a boat that sports ASM 212 logo on the side as it passes behind Ned Leeds. Amazing Spider-Man 212 is the first appearance of Hydra Man. And then later on, there's an Audi in the bridge scene that has 2865 SEP as a license plate. And that represents Amazing Spider-Man number 28 from 1965, which is the first appearance of Molten Man. I haven't found an Easter egg for Whirlwind or, other people are saying Blizzard yet, but that's not to say it's not hiding in there somewhere. So there have been some set images and Lego teases that indicate that these are the villains. Is this confirmation of these villains, or is it a deflection? Marvel is known for putting fake CGI elements and even fake scenes in its trailers to throw off the scent. Another likely answer to this is the Bronze Age elementals. While their true origin remains unknown, these elements are a group of interdimensional beings who traveled from their palace of the gods to Earth eons ago and established a kingdom on Earth that would eventually evolve into Egypt of antiquity. And during Dark Reign, Quasimodo, which is the quasi-motivational destruct organism, interesting name, speculated that they're an ancient race of extraterrestrials, such as the Harushans, created by Tony Isabella and Val Merrick for 1974's supernatural thriller. The four elementals, which would be Hellfire, Hydron, Magnum, and Zephyr, the Witch of the Winds, each had power over the elements, and again, they're earth, air, fire, and water. Hellfire controls fire, Magnum controls earth, so, minerals and dirt, basically. The hydrokinetic Hydron controls water, and Zephyr controls air. When these elementals first arrived on Earth and attempted to kind of carve out their own region to reign over, there was a wizard named Garrett and an Egyptian warrior named Dan who decided to fight back, and at some point Dan and Garrett, which apparently they're an homage to DC's Blue Beetle, were able to create something called the Ruby Scarab, which amplifies power, but it also drains it to the point where the elementals were banished not only from Earth but out of our dimension. And this dimensional talk plays into something that Kevin Feige teased for later phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they would be dealing with interdimensional threats. So eventually, meaning centuries later, with the help of Hecate, the elementals found their way back to Earth in the modern era and fought against Miss Marvel while trying to regain the Scarab. Miss Marvel and Zephyr defeated the elementals and Hecate, and Zephyr had gone off on her own and kind of separated from the other elementals, had a romantic tryst with Thor, and she was captured by the Collector at one point too. So we will see manipulators of the elements next, of course, in Far From Home, and apparently Mysterio is able to use the elementals. So whether he truly tapped into their power or they're an illusion of his to play a part in his scheme, we're not sure yet. It appears that Mysterio wants to appear as the hero to the citizens of, the cities that we saw in the trailer, London, New York, Venice, and Prague, and presumably Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D., but is this all just part of his nefarious plans? If they're truly beings in the employ of Mysterio and not mere illusions, that means that Marvel's really leaning into the more esoteric side of Marvel and fully embracing the concept of multiple dimensions and realities. And knowing also that the Celestials and other cosmic entities are on the way, like maybe Galactus and the Living Tribunal, for example, example, it really bodes well for the next phase of Marvel movies and the outlandishly fun stories that could unfold. Well, that's it for this video and my theories on who these elementals might be, and I want to know what your thoughts are and theories on this. Go ahead and leave me a message in the comment section below and let's continue that conversation down there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.